like a 3-2-1 or an action or something. Okay, so here we are, year 3 of wildfire season. Air quality is currently 407, and it's like noon on Saturday, September 12th, 2020. And gonna demonstrate again Atmo-Scrubbers in action. And we got clean air inside of our house, and we are actively pumping air from outside of our house into our house and exhausting it out a second story fan window, which I'll show you at the end of this. So as you can see off in the distance, it's really smoky, and I got my respirator on because it's burning the nose and the throat, and it's really hard to talk. So we're gonna wander over, and I'm going to show you the intake manifold of the active pump siphon that's got a mechanical pump on the inside of the house, where we're siphoning air from outside of the house through a window and through a biochar filter. And then we're going to show you a passive filter box where there's no fan actively connected to the filter box. Instead, it uses the airflow moving through the house and being exhausted out the second story window to be the mechanism in which negative pressure is generated to cause the airflow to go through the filters, which are biochar. And that's the only thing in these filters is the biochar that I've made and demonstrated on Facebook earlier last week. So we're going to walk this way in a sec, come back, and I'm going to show you the intake manifold, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this here is a piece of dryer hose and the intake manifold, and I'll show you what the intake manifold looks like. And what they actually are McDonald's drink cups, where I've cut the bottom out and used old nylon stocking, and I put biochar in. There's an opening here at the top. You feel the air flowing in, and it's actively pulling air from outside this 407 air quality and going through the dryer hose into the house. And that's where we're going to go next. I'm going to show you how I've got the apparatus set up and how it functions. This here is the inside pump. It's an old Holmes air filter that I picked up at a second-hand store, and I've got a oatmeal container with plastic top as the adapter piece for the dryer hose, which goes outside. There's a plastic Walmart bag sealing it off, and there's super clean air coming out of the exhaust manifold. Now this is enhanced by the fan in the second story window, which is where we're going to be going to last. But this itself will pump air into the house. If I turn the fan off in the second story window, it becomes a positive pressure vessel where it's pumping clean air into the house, and it pushes air out through all the cracks. Right now it's really pumping air into the house because it's being assisted by the vacuum of the fan in the second story. This here is the active filter matrix. It's biochar. This biochar I made in the live stream on Facebook, biochar kiln, and I just made this today in about an hour. Put all these pieces together, put a brand new filter in, and which was great because the filter we're going to go to next is one where we woke up this morning and we didn't even know how smoky it was outside until we opened up the windows and we looked outside. And that's the passive filter that's in our kitchen window. So moving to that one, here's the passive filter box. We got 4 filter cans, McDonald's cups, nylon stockings duct taped on. And if you come down and look in the bottom, you can actually see there's very little biochar in the bottom of each of these canisters. In fact, I might need to add a little bit more to these two to even it up to these. But there's very little biochar, and you can feel the air flowing through the bottom and out of the box. And it's open to the outside. You can see that on the other side of the windows, it's super smoky air. These are open to the outside. This is open to the outside. Air is being drawn through this as the air comes from the window in the front. It comes through the house and goes up our stairs and is siphoned out the second story window. And that action of the air coming through the house creates a vacuum effect, which causes this to be a negative air pressure chamber, and the air flows out because the atmosphere outside is greater and it just forces its way through. Now the biochar is, again, no wood smoke smell, absolutely none. So we're gonna go upstairs and look out the second story window, and I'll show the exhaust fan. So here we are at the fan of the second story window. We're exhausting air outside, and you can see out the window. It's really like the treetops in the distance. You can't see them, they're just hazed out in smoke. And so this air is pulling air from inside of the house and exhausting it out. The 2 intake points of the first floor have biochar filters, and that's just biochar in an old plastic drink cup with a nylon stocking as the base with the bottom cut out. And air quality outside's 407. People would be choking. As you saw earlier, I was wearing my mask. It was making my nose sting and my throat burn. And we have no wood smoke odor at all in the house. Absolutely none. So this is Atmo-Scrubbers in action part 2, or 3, part 3, third year of doing this. If you want to see how to make biochar, we have a video uploaded on Facebook where it was a Facebook live stream where I made it in a cinder block kiln demonstrating how to make it on a small scale production. And this Sunday we're going to be doing a class where I'll demonstrate micropyre and tuna can kiln. And on our YouTube channel, Bruce-Ruhl Design YouTube, we have how to make an Atmo-Scrubber, which is the basic conceptual design of what an Atmo-Scrubber box is. And it's really great to be actively moving air through the house, so our house isn't hot and overwhelmingly stale. We have a geriatric dog, and there's no overwhelming dog odor. We have our rabbits inside right now, and we're not suffering. So thanks for watching. Like us, subscribe, follow us, all that other happy stuff, and have a enjoyable day if you live in the West Coast, and hope this is informational for people that are suffering from the wildfire smoke all over California, Oregon, and Washington.